You can't play that yet. Because we're recording. Hi guys.
Hi guys, it's Erica.
Get the fuck out of here. Hi guys, it's Erica with Not Your Average EDC, and tonight we are checking on a couple of knife blades that I've been using the past approximately 2 weeks. So I'm figuring at least one of them will need a touch up. This is the Po' Boy I've been using all month, and I've sharpened it a lot. We'll see if it needs any work. Lately I've been carrying 2 blades, because I've been just like blowing through this one so often. Let's see. Okay, so that's not bad, but it definitely needs a touch-up. Let's check the next one. I carried the Sebenza 21 for, I don't know, maybe like 4 days straight. And this one got a lot of work, so I'm figuring this will also need a little bit of a touch-up. Let's see. Again, not too bad, but definitely could use a little something. And then the past 2 days, I've been carrying, the Neutron, aka the Pooptron. I'm carrying this as my secondary knife, and it's also been getting a lot of use, but this is also a literal like laser beam, so let's see if this needs a touch-up at all. I'm figuring not. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so Pooptron doesn't need a touch-up, which is actually impressive because I've been using it like crazy the past 2 days. So we'll probably just clean off the blade, get rid of any like residue or anything on there, but the other 2 need a touch-up. So we'll just grab our acetone, our acetone. You like that shit, Nicole Dodge? Alright, so we'll just clean this off. That way there's less resistance the rest of the week. And then the other 2 we gotta clean off and touch up. Also, I never really carry 2 knives, but I have been because we've been doing a lot of like slicey stuff at work lately, and this blade shape just doesn't want to do all the tasks, so I've been carrying a secondary blade. I'm also not testing the blade on the Mini A100, I'm testing the conversion and how well it holds up, so it doesn't matter that I'm carrying 2 blades anyway. This one's good to go. What, are you playing a fucking silent game of Phase 10? I'm recording. You guys literally have to be silent.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Oh, I thought she said it was... No, she was like, while I was recording? Oh.
Yeah, I'm literally recording.
No. Okay.
Like Phase 10? What the fuck is this? Dear God.
It.
Well, no, now you're already here. Now, you know what? Let me just show y'all what's going on here. I'm trying to record a nice video for my YouTube channel, and these motherfuckers, first of all, Carrie, you're completely in the frame. And these guys decide they're playing Phase 10 right now.
How would I know that?
Like, literally, I'm trying to do a video, and these motherfuckers are here playing Phase 10. So now, okay, let's...
Only table. Yeah.
Okay, you can't give me 15 minutes to do a dang video?
I thought she said...
I don't even know how to... You're literally in frame.
Okay, we're leaving. I'm leaving too.
Why don't you guys go play in the living room?
Get out!
We don't have a table in there.
Yeah, use the floor.
No.
Use the floor. Okay, am I still in frame, Nicole? In my own frame for my own sharpening video?
Yeah, you're perfect.
This is hilarious. I swear to God, every video is like a nightmare. Okay, let's get back on track here. Everyone's kicked out and exiled. Because I need 15 minutes. Alright, Emerson blade cleaned off. Check. Let's clean off the Sebenza blade real quick. Get all that glue off. So we don't want to be getting that into the stone. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So these both have decent edges on them. I'm going to check before I start if they have any like nicks or chips, because that'll decide whether I start on this fine stone here or the strop. You can't really do the strop if you have like little nicks that you have to work out. So we'll just see real quick. I'm just running this over my fingernail because I will be able to feel if there's any inconsistencies. This one feels pretty good. I'm gonna start with the strop on the Sebenza and the Emerson. Let's see here. This one's got just a couple little rolls and stuff. So we'll start with the Emerson. This is actually an extra fine DMT stone. We'll just wet it a little bit with some water. And we'll just work out those little small rolls real quick before we move to the strop with the Emerson. Also, a lot of people have been mentioning that I sharpen with one hand, and like I do this so often that I didn't even think that like that is not how normal people sharpen. So just for like training purposes, I will use both hands today to kind of show how you want to hold it. Yo, you've got to be kidding me. Zadie, get out. Get out. That is too much. Okay. I will be holding the knife with two hands just to show the easiest way to do this when you're working with both hands. So normally for me, I literally just do one-handed like this. But that is so hard for people to hold their angle like that with one hand, especially when they're learning. So if you're using two hands, what I have found to be the best is kind of using these two fingers and almost like not pinching the edge, but holding a pinch grip and kind of guiding the tip of the knife with stability over the stone to the very end. So we're gonna just very lightly hold the tip for stability. A lot of our work is coming from the hand holding the knife, and we're just gonna move it down. Get off. And just do that until we create a very small burr. And like I said, all I'm doing here is really using these two fingers as guidance to help hold that angle on the stone. And as always, you want to check your scratch pattern every couple swipes just to make sure you're hitting the entire edge. I've mentioned this before, but the Emerson edges with the chisel grind are fairly large. The edge bevel is pretty thick, so definitely want to make sure you're not missing any part of that by holding your edge angle wrong. So it's looking good. You can feel that the edge is coming back to life for sure. It actually feels like those little nicks are actually already out. And we do have just the tiniest little burr, which we don't want a big one. This is an extra fine stone, so I wouldn't expect a large burr to come up. We'll do a few more passes. Then we'll knock that burr off and strop it and see if it's any better than how we started. Would you like to say hi? This is Kane. He's a good boy. A little annoying though, huh? Yeah, you're a little naughty. That's okay. Alright, so now I'm just going to knock that burr off. All I'm going to do is kind of hold the blade flat and nice and light and just gently drag it across and just knock that little micro burr off. Feeling good, feeling good. Nice and sticky. Okay. Wipe this down real quick and we will move on to the strop for both of the knives. Alright, so this is my Flex Cut strop. You can get these for like $9 on Amazon. It comes with gold compound. I don't tend to use that compound anymore. There's nothing wrong with it, but I use the Gunny Juice. You can get that at River's Edge Cutlery. It's just a liquid compound infused with diamonds. You squirt it on the strop, kind of distribute it evenly, and then once it dries, you're good to go. It's basically just a liquid compound. They have all different grits, so that's what we're using today. I just loaded it up the other day, so it's good to go. And we will just kind of trail the knife very lightly and do, maybe 10 or 15 passes, and hopefully we'll be good to go after. And this 154, it takes a mirror polish without even trying. Like, I've tried almost everything to not mirror polish it on the strop, and it just wants to polish right up. So lately it's been pretty shiny at the end. We'll see how it looks today, but I haven't really needed a toothy edge the past couple weeks at work. I've actually needed something a little smoother for breaking down all the packages and stuff. In the summertime though, that polished edge would have driven me nuts because I really like having a lot of tooth behind my edge when I'm doing the really hard use, but I just haven't been doing that lately. It's been a lot of packages and bags and plastic and produce, and I just did not need a super toothy edge. Alright, let's see here. Ooh, that looks good. That's looking very good. Alright, just for good measure, we'll do a few passes on the other side. We don't have like a burr or anything, but just to kind of refine that and make it nice and smooth, I just like to do a couple nice and easy passes on the other side. And also the grit from the compound kind of helps clean off the blade a little bit too. And I'm just laying this flat pretty much. Alright, so we should be done with our touch-up. Let's see how it goes through the paper now, as opposed to when we started. It was not having hang-ups per se, but you could just tell it was kind of wanting to tear through as opposed to clean slice. Yeah, so that is clearly much better. It is going through nice and easy, no tearing at all. No frays on the paper, very, very nice, clean cuts. That is exactly what we want. So this one is all done, ready to go to work tomorrow. Let's do the Sebenza. And this should only take a matter of minutes. The old school S35 that they used before the Sebenza 31, it is so easy to touch up. I mean, it takes just minutes. And this is already like not bad as it is. We're just gonna kind of bring that edge life back just a smidge. Just have some glue right there. Alright, so with this knife, this is not chisel ground, so we have to do both sides. Some people like to do a specific amount of passes on one side and then flip to the other and do the same. I haven't done that in a while, and when the blade is already like apexed and crisp and just needs a little bit of a touch up, I usually just go back and forth, honestly. So that's what I'm going to do today, is just not do the 10 on this side, 10 on this side. I'm going to just go back and forth and clean up that edge, and it should be good to go. So I always work away from myself, so we'll do one swipe on that side, one swipe on that one, and we'll just go back and forth and maybe do 10 passes and see if that cleaned up our edge a little bit. And I see a lot of people working with their dominant hand and kind of like doing really well on one side but then making do on the other. Like being able to do this, but then they can't switch to their left hand, so they pull back like this on the other side. That is totally fine. The only reason I don't do that is because I can't see what I'm doing when I'm pulling away or when I'm pulling toward myself. Like I can't see anything, so I really like to be able to see the edge and do that on both sides and make sure it's nice and even and clean. I've never been a huge fan of blindly doing the other side, but I've always been able to just switch back and forth like this. And this S35 is very much like the 154. It wants to polish so quick. You almost can't avoid it. It is so easy to get that like glassy, smooth, clean edge on an old school Sebenza. It doesn't even really want anything other than that type of edge. I also like doing using both of my hands because I'm working both sides of the strop. So a lot of times you'll see people's strops like loaded up with metal on one side because they are literally just working that one side of the strop back and forth and not utilizing the other side. This way I know I'm evenly working the strop to its full potential until it needs to be replaced, because I'm using both sides exactly the same, which I feel like just kind of helps me tell realistically when I need to get a new strop. All right, let's check this edge. Definitely polished. It's feeling good, feeling clean. Let's see how it does here. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Just do one like this. So you can see it's just going through nice and easy, no hang-ups. That is definitely ready to go to work tomorrow. Actually, I'll be carrying the Neutron, but if it were going to work, it would be ready to do some tasks for sure. Alright guys, hopefully that kind of showed you how to use a strop with both hands if that's something you want to teach yourself. I know it doesn't come naturally to be like ambidextrous and to use both hands in a dominant form, but you can teach yourself with practice. Just like go slow and literally just try to like mimic what you do with your dominant hand with your like weak hand. You really can teach yourself just nice and gently, especially on a strop that's so forgiving where you can't mess up as easily. Just practice, doing one side with your good hand and then switching and really watching, and then just very gently teaching yourself to use that other hand. It's so much easier to sharpen when you're able to do the same thing with both hands. Literally both my hands are dominant. Like I write with this hand, but if I'm writing on a whiteboard or anything, I would use my right hand. Like they have the same strength, and it's just so useful for things like this where you can really almost do a better job if you're able to do it like the same exact way, because you really can sometimes roll or mess up your angle when you're doing this kind of blindly. And I hear people say a lot of times that they can do one side really well and then they mess up the other side and then the whole apex goes to shit. So if you can just practice kind of going back and forth and teaching yourself to use both hands, it really could help you in the long run with your freehand sharpening and stropping. I think that's it, guys. I am going to go so my roommates can play phase 10 before they kill me. Hope you guys all had a great day. And as always, use your shit. See you later. I will see you on the next video, guys.